This week on Expressions, we visit Tri-Cities Opera to learn about a unique community collaboration that brings students' short stories to life.
I think this program kind of gives a little heads up to people that there are so many more opportunities for creative expression than we often realize.
I'm scared, Mama, I can't, Mama, I hate this.
The Pocket Opera Project, next on Expressions.
Is he?
Funding for this program is provided in part by viewers like you. Thank you.
Hello, and welcome to Expressions. I'm your host, Adar Alston. For tonight's episode, we are highlighting the Pocket Opera Project, a unique collaboration that includes Tri-Cities Opera, WSKG Education, No Theater, and the Binghamton University Music Department. We talked with TCO's Executive Director, John Rizzoni, to find out what makes these tiny operas tick.
A pocket opera is essentially a mini opera. And the format or the premise is that we solicit short stories from local youth and we turn those stories into 15-minute operas. This program is really aimed at the next generation of opera lovers, the next generation of opera creators. That word opera holds a lot of different meanings for different people, and a lot of people don't fully grasp that it is something that is right here, right now, that it is something that is for everyone. And so to me, this project really cuts to the very heart of that sort of sentiment, that opera is for everyone.
Our science project. We'll surely get an A+, A+, for a secret formula. A secret formula. A super secret formula. We'll surely get an A+. We'll surely get an A+.
The WSKG Writing Challenge was a huge asset to this production. We don't run story competitions, and so our reach in the education field, aside from music teachers, is somewhat minimal. Having this plethora of material was a huge resource for us to really spark creativity in our composers and librettists.
The WSKG Student Writing Challenge is a contest open to students from kindergarten all the way through 12th grade that traces its roots back to the popular children's program, Reading Rainbow. Each year, a select group of local librarians visits the station to judge every entry.
On the day of the judging, we come in and we have a pile of different age categories and different topic categories, fiction, nonfiction, poetry. And we sit down and we get to reading. And this is a great way for students to express themselves. They don't always have a way to do that in an informal setting. It's not a school assignment. This they can choose anything that they want to write about, and it's a great way for them to have that power of self-expression. Entries range from nonfiction about your favorite animal from the younger groups, and personal essays that are really touching from older students.
I think the diversity in stories that are available based on the age levels that the WSKG contest involves is really wonderful, and we had one opera that was basically based on a child's picture book drawing that really led us to one of the most compelling pieces that we presented.
I'm tired of this boring life. I wish I could live outside this fish tank. Somewhere more bright, more lively.
Well, I'm also tired of my life. I don't like my cage. I want to be someone important. I want to be somewhere quiet and colorful. I'm tired of these chips. But what if we swap our lives?
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Let's do it! Let's swap!
is the ship so pointy? It is hurting my
Yes, it is burning my eyes.
Why are the rocks so slimy? Gross. Oh, my feet! They are stuck in the wind.
I miss the water.
I miss the sunshine.
The process for the Pocket Opera Project is a long one. We start a full year in advance, if not more. We have some composers at Binghamton University. They have a very strong composition program under Daniel Thomas Davis, and it's been thrilling actually to see that wealth of talent right here in our community through BU.
When I first heard that they were going to be based off children's stories, I was actually really excited. I was like, this is a fun concept, and it brings in a younger generation and gets them involved in making art.
Thought about it and I'm like, oh no, my story doesn't have any dialogue. How are they gonna do that without any dialogue? The title of my piece is August 3rd, and it follows a young German soldier shortly after the fall of Berlin in World War II as he battles his hallucinations and struggles with PTSD. Well, the author of the opera kind of took a different view of it than I did, and I thought that was really interesting, seeing something I wrote in a different perspective.
Waves cascading, the heat growing and burning. The skin inside is distorted and contorted, contorting till you feel it's cracked. This flesh is a mask. This face, not my face at all. This face, not my face at all. Waves cascading, the heat growing and burning, the skin inside and distorted, contorted, contorting till you feel it's cracked. This flesh is a mask. This face, not my face at all. This face, not my face at all. Not my face at all.
Because a lot of these stories were 3 pages long, about hamsters, some of them were about war, we had some of them take place on Mars. We really run the gamut tonight, and the possibility of it is the joyous challenge and the reason that makes it opera.
So Santino D'Angelo offers such wonderful sensibility around sort of theatrical production. When it comes to opera, the music becomes the focus. But somebody like Santino really helps us keep the focus on the audience experience. Santino was really able to tease out the meaning, how we give clarity to what's going on stage, how we, make it make sense even in a very minimal production. And it brought out sort of the charm and humor, but also some of the deeper emotions that are expressed through these pieces.
I decided to write something very interesting. I thought back about how I looked into someone's mind and thought about how someone is feeling. That was perspective. So I decided to write that, and I wanted people to think about how others are feeling and probably to help others who are in need.
P-E-R-S-P-E-C-T-I-V-E-S. Perspectives. Today we will learn about perspectives.
What is
perspective, Mr. Franda?
Perspective is about looking from another person's point of view.
I don't get it.
Me neither.
This story really spoke to me, so I was like, can I please have it? It was a very contained plot of this teacher talking about a natural disaster. There's so many possible sounds that a composer could work with for that, so that's the main reason why I was drawn to it.
Imagine. Eyes, the waters I see.
Whoa! Look at the water over there!
That doesn't look like pool water.
You try to swim, but the
current is too strong. We'll sink, we'll drown. The current is too strong. The current is too strong. We'll sink, we'll sink. The current is too strong. We'll sink, we'll drown. The current is too strong. Mr. Franda, I'm scared. We'll sink, Mr. Franda. Mr. Franda, I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm scared. Mr. Franda, I'm scared. Mr. Franda.
Last year we had just done flute and cello. Because percussion is so diverse and offers such an array of instruments, it allowed us to bring a lot more different colors into the scores. And of course we had our wonderful music director, John Cockerell, who drove a lot of sort of the forward motion in this process and really got us to that wonderful result of the performance.
After hearing that story from another person's perspective, doesn't it make you want to help that person?
Yeah, of course.
When you encounter someone who appears upset and sad, take a moment to put yourself in their perspective to understand their emotions and experiences. Using perspective, you will understand both sides of the story to try to solve the problem. Do you understand?
I had a fun time. I like working from other people's texts. And I do want to write more opera after this. This is my first opera.
For me, growing up, opera wasn't a thing. It wasn't something I listened to. It wasn't something I learned about or explored until college. I think this program kind of gives a little heads up to people that there are so many more opportunities for creative expression than we often realize.
Imagine what you might create. Imagine what you might create. Working together. Working together.
We have more clips from these amazing pocket operas coming up shortly. And a reminder that you can visit wskg.org/expressions if you want to see even more of these performances. And please check out tricitiesopera.com for information on this year's edition of the Pocket Opera Project. Now, let's learn about a precocious student who has created their very own fantasy world.
Okay, so hi, I'm Tilda or Patroclus Holmgren, and the name of my story is In the Shadows.
So my opera is titled Kith and King, but it's based off of the story In the Shadows. Actually, the original title for our opera was going to be Kith and Kin, but as I was typing it once, I accidentally typed Kith and King, and I was like, oh, that's kind of punny and it's a little creative, so I changed the title last minute to Kith and King.
Castles of stone don't feel like home. Do you know what it's like not to know who you are? To live in the shadows and to travel so far. Mama, I'm scared. Mama, I can't. Mama, I hate this.
In the Shadows, I really loved the fantasy vibe that it brought. This was like a longer book that this kid was writing.
It's actually a novel that I've been writing since 6th grade when I started putting it in a serial format in my school newspaper. And I'm currently on the second draft of writing the novel, but I submitted about the first third of the first chapter to the WSKG competition thing.
We only had the first chapter to go off of, and we're like, we don't know where the story goes after this. So the story is not the original story that was written. The first scene of the opera is more or less based exactly on the original chapter that we got.
It was long ago. But it feels like yesterday. The day of so much joy and so much heartache.
The day I failed as your protector.
The day I made my greatest mistake.
The day I finally learned the truth. 2 days before my 15th birthday. The day I...
How did it come to this?
It all began with a plague that took so many from us. Plague upon the kingdom. Plague upon the king and queen. It took royalty and commoners alike, including my poor mother. She was all the family I had. After she died, I ventured from my country home to learn about my past and to find my father.
Again, 1, 3, 1. Again, 5, 3, 1. Again, 5, 3, 1. No! You will be the king's brother and turning 15 in 2 days' time, and you still can't handle a sword.
Being prince is about helping the kingdom, not sword fighting.
What did I say about using your left hand, boy?
Sorry, sir.
You will fight like a true prince of kind Mirthis, and our princes are not left-handed. I have been king of...
I'm also really glad that the writers didn't scrap Taryn's left-handedness because that was a very important part of it to me, because in elementary school I would have like friends who were left-handed and always like complained about the fact that the English language, if they wrote things, they would smudge it, and it was like very difficult because it was a right-handed world. So I just sort of decided to like add that into the society. I'm so glad that they didn't scrap that.
2, 5, 1, 2, 3, parry, 4.
It's got this fantasy vibe with an elf, or maybe it's an elf. I don't know. It wasn't entirely clear.
In the show, the shader who got termed as an elf, which isn't really accurate, but that's how the show went, and I fully support that. I think that's great. How Asher had like a mother figure who may or may not have kind of abandoned her in the show. I think that that's so great because later on in the book, I had a character written in who was Asher's sister, and when Asher was 6 and Evie was like 13, she left to go find some other shaders, and she said that she would come back, and then she never came back, and Asher has so many like, oh, I love her and she's great, and also she abandoned me feelings about her, and I guess we were thinking along the same brainwaves or something, because I really loved that somehow parallels from later on in the book came through in that one.
I ran. What else could I do?
What else could I do? I was spotted by a human.
Karen spotted an elf, which was, of course, impossible.
Right? Only our own kind can see ourselves.
This could only mean one thing, and for the good of the kingdom, I had to inform the future king, Prince Alpheus.
What, Rolf?
Your brother saw an elf.
But that's
impossible. I know, but there's something I haven't told you. I know how he saw her.
How did he see me? I thought I was invisible, but I even tried to hide, but
I can still see you.
How can you see me?
I don't know. I've never seen an elf before.
That's because we stay well out of sight. Mama says stay well out of sight. Mama always said. Elves see elves cause we share blood.
And we do not share blood. Then how can I see you?
You can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can. Your skin is blue.
Before elves were born.
Your hair is pink.
Before elves were banished.
And your
father saw an elf.
Just like fathers.
And you're just telling me this now.
King Emir demanded it be kept secret. Not even your mother knew.
I never knew my father. All I have is this picture. That's my father's signature. That but that would be.
She's yours.
She's mine.
She's yours.
She's my sister. Our sister.
The eldest sister.
Indeed. And rightful heir to the throne.
No, she can't be. I am heir to the throne. I am king.
Not yet.
I will not be overthrown.
So what should I do of the elf, sir? Shall I relocate her?
No, I'll take care of her myself. You may go. Now that my parents are gone and out of the way, all that stands between me and my destiny is 2 days and a bloody coronation and an elf.
I am such a fan of collective storytelling and derivative works, and I think that it's such an important and integral part to our society that we branch off of each other's stories, and that, like, because we've been doing this for centuries, ever since like spoken oral tradition. It's so amazing.
I hope she really likes it. We were a little worried because a lot of the characters that she wrote, they don't make it till the end of the story. So we hope that she's okay with her characters not living in our version of her story.
I'm delighted. I am so delighted. It's great. I just think everyone did such a good job, even if it was not like how the rest of the book actually goes. They did such a good job adapting it into its own thing.
What's going on? Prince Alpheus! Your Majesties, I'm going to get help!
I just found you. I can't lose you. Stay with me. I'm not going anywhere. I promise you, my sister. Brother, I love.
You will not rule my kingdom. Good luck, brother.
No, sister, please.
Mama, see you. Mama, I'm here. Mama, I know who I am. And I
And I love tragedies. I love it when all the characters kill each other. It's so great. I love this great royal tragedy that all happened. It was just really good, and I really liked it.
There is nothing more precious in this life than our kith and kin.
It's time to put this episode of Expressions in our back pocket. But before we do, I need to thank the great team at Tri-Cities Opera for their help in sewing it all together. If you have a student K through 12 that would like to enter this year's edition of the WSKG Student Writing Challenge, then please visit wskg.org/education for more information. Until next time, this is Adara Alston. Thanks for watching, and good night.